So thank you for joining us for this month's edition of Cracking the Case of Homeownership. It's brought to you live by me, Amber Spiecher, and Josh Wheaton with Simplified Mortgage. Unfortunately, this week he's on special assignment, so I am taking over. Usually he does most of the talking and I just get to put my 2 cents in. But so we're not going to go quite into the financing part so much this week. We're going to go more into just kind of the path to homeownership, especially for first-time home buyers. And then we will go over a little bit of just the market and kind of what we have on the market right now with Team Transcend. So let's see if this, cool. All right. So here you have, it's essentially a map to homeownership, to home buying. So I'm not sure how many of you on here are first-time home buyers, have bought before, maybe it's been a little bit, but essentially we want it just to give you the general idea of where you start, how you start, and how you progress through things, especially maybe you haven't ever bought real estate in Florida. Florida is a title state. Some states are attorney states, so it can be a little bit different. I used to sell real estate up in Massachusetts, and so when we moved down to Florida, it was a learning curve. So essentially, if you are thinking about purchasing a home, whether it be tomorrow or next year, or you're not quite sure when, it's a good idea to just go ahead and reach out to a realtor and a lender. And essentially that lender is your first stop because you're going to work with them to get a pre-approval. One of the things that I like about Josh, specifically as a lender, is he will have that conversation with you. He will have you fill out an application, give you all his docs before he pulls your credit. I know a lot of people are like, well, my credit's not that great, or I'm not too sure. I don't want to hit on my credit. So I really appreciate that about him. And that's why he's one of my preferred lenders, because he does kind of look at you as the whole person and your whole application before he does that credit pull. And then after you work with him, you get that pre-approval, then you can set up a buyer consultation with me, in which essentially I can buy you lunch, a coffee, meet you online on Zoom like this or on a phone call. And we're going to kind of discuss your pre-approval, which is going to give us that max budget. Now, that doesn't mean that we need to spend it all, because what we're going to take is your pre-approval, and then how many bedrooms do you want? How many bathrooms? Are there any other must-haves? Do you have to have granite? Do you absolutely hate carpet and you don't want to have to worry about it changing it out when you move in? Is there a certain area you want to be in? Do you want to stay away from an area? You know, all those fun things. So we take that into account, and then we take your pre-approval into account. And then we come up with a game plan of, okay, so let's find you the properties. And then we go look at the properties. That's step 3 here. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. Do you see my cursor when it moves on here? Probably not.
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, cool. So step 3, you're going to view properties. And the fun thing about that is we could go look at houses, you know, why else am I a realtor? No, just kidding. But viewing properties can be kind of tricky in today's market because we are still in a seller's market. And that essentially what that means is we have more buyers in the market than we have inventory. So we have about 2 months worth of inventory. So if every single buyer that's actually actively shopping and looking for a house were to buy a house that was on the market now, no new houses came on, we'd have 2 months before we ran out of houses. Now, in a balanced market, we have about 6 months of inventory. The past couple years, we've had about a month of inventory. So we're getting better. And a lot of sellers are kind of worried right now too when their house doesn't sell right away when you know, it's on the market. Right now, our average days on market's right around 50 to 54 out here in West Volusia. You're still getting pretty close to your ask price. We are seeing more price reductions because what our market is adjusting. So, you know, just because your neighbor sold for $400,000 last summer doesn't mean you're going to sell for $450 now. We're not seeing the inflation go up quite as high, at least in real estate. Other items it is, but as high as it was over the past couple of years, we're kind of leveling back off. What that means for you as a buyer is, you know, most of the time you're not in multiple bid situations like some buyers were over the past couple of years. Move-in ready, fully like updated, fixed up homes that are priced right are still seeing multiple offers. Especially you add that pool in around here, you will see it. But overall, we're able to ask a little bit more. Sometimes we can even get some closing costs paid. It's getting back kind of to where it was before. It makes real estate, more fun, at least for me, because I like to be able to get my buyers into what they want. I don't ever want you to feel like you're settling, even if that means now is not the right time. Then we just keep it on the radar. Another thing with our inventory is sometimes exactly what you have isn't out there. So what we have here at Team Transcend is actually, it's called Perfect Home Finder program. So after this buyer consultation here, we sit down, we're going to see what's on the market. And if it's exactly what you want's not on the market, then what we do is we get a list of your wants, exactly what you want, where you want to be. And we go out and we find that home for you. We find you off market properties and then we bring them to you. And so maybe you get that chance to get it before it's gotten on the market and, there's multiple offers with it. But the fun thing is once you do find that house, we get to go to work on writing an offer. So I kind of alluded to the offer a minute ago. We're going to work together and kind of find out what's the ultimate value of the house. And then as far as that goes, what are you comfortable paying for the house? We are seeing, like I said, we can negotiate a little bit more. It used to be last year, pretty much you had to go on with your highest and best, and that was it. I've been able to get some buyers in for like 10. Right now we're under contract, 15,000 less for a under 300,000 price home, which is great. We offered 30 less and they countered us back and we negotiated and we're there, which is awesome. That would not have happened last year. So we're able to see a little bit more of that go on. I have another home, a listing that we took a full price offer, but we're giving them seller concessions because they needed some closing cost help, which is great. So essentially you make that offer. That's you saying yes to the address. And then we get under contract. So when you make an offer, the seller can accept, reject, or they can counter your offer. And ultimately, we would like for them to accept the offer. And when they accept it, then we go to work. Now it's time for us to plan our inspections, to have appraisals, and to kind of get all the rest of the paperwork into the lender that they need. They're going to need more stuff from you. As soon as we find that house that you want to have, we go under contract. Now the lender's going to be like, okay, well, the fun starts. Now we need this, 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 and this. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I already gave it to you. Or, oh my gosh, like I gave you last month's statement. You need now. Don't get too frustrated. Take a deep breath. Just get them what they want as quickly as you can. Sometimes they'll send you a list of stuff and you won't have it yet. That's okay. They know. That's just your list of what you need before closing. So whatever you have, you get them as quickly as you can. One way to look at it is, usually from contract to close, typically it's about 3 to 6 weeks. So for 3 to 6 weeks, you are going to be pretty much under fire to get documents in as quick as you can. And that's okay, because then after that, you're going to have a new home. After your inspection and your appraisal period is when we get clear to close. Clear to close means, yay, it's actually going to happen. You're going to be a new homeowner. So now we're going to schedule a final walkthrough. And with that final walkthrough, we usually do it about a day ahead of time. That way the seller has hopefully had time to get everything out of the house. We want to make sure that the house is essentially in the same condition as when you saw it that first time and you made that offer. When you fell in love, you're going to walk back in and you'll be like, yep, this is it. So we put a picture here. One thing I like to do is always turn on all the faucets and flush the toilets and everything. Just make sure there's no new leaks or anything. Because as soon as you sign those papers the next day, any problems there are yours now. So we want to make sure it's in the same condition as when you originally saw it, minus any inspection repairs that we had agreed upon and they did for us. And the next morning, you're going to go to closing. So here in Florida, like I said, we are a title company. So a title state. So the title company takes care of our closing for us. They handle the money. They handle all the documents, everything. I like to schedule closing to be in the morning, at least before 1 o'clock. Because what that means is it's going to give time for your closing costs to be wired over and show up in the title company's bank account. It's going to give time if you're financed for your lender's wire to show up in the bank account at the title company because they have to get all those funds and then they call it as fully funded. Wow, that was a big strike of lightning. We have a storm here right now. They call it fully funded and then I can actually give you the keys. So we set up the time for the title. If you're paying cash, it usually takes less than an hour. If you're using financing for any portion of it, it can be an hour to about an hour and a half, because you do have a nice, like half-inch or so thick stack of documents that you have to sign with your full name, however it was on the lender's application, and then initial everything else, dot your I's, cross your T's, all that fun jazz. So, but the great thing about that is if we can get that done in the morning, then by the afternoon, you go have lunch and you have a new home to go into. So congratulations, you're officially a homeowner. But again, anything in this process, if you guys are even considering it, if you're already in this process of searching for a home, any of that, Josh and I are here to help you. He's great at the pre-approvals. He's great at, talking things with you, getting you to fill out the application, and just really looking at things and talking with you before he pulls your credit. Now, to actually get me the pre-approval, he will have to pull your credit, but he does wait till the end, because, honestly, if he sees some red flags in your application, he is going to let you know and help you work on them. And then you come back, he pulls your credit, then we're good to go. So we get that pre-approval, come meet with me. We go house shopping. If we don't find you what you want, we set up the perfect home finder program to find you exactly what you want, get you under contract, and we get you a new house within, 3 to 6 weeks if it comes available. These next couple slides are just going to kind of go over. Well, did I have any questions? I know I probably talk way too fast. No questions? Cool. The next couple slides are just going to go over some of the homes that we currently have on the market, to give you a little bit of idea of what there is. This one here is out in Brooksville. So Brooksville's a couple hours west of DeLand here, just about an hour north of Tampa. If you're familiar with Weeki Wachee, it's just down the street from there. This is a cute little 3-bed, 2-bath home. Has brand new luxury vinyl flooring throughout. About a 6-year-old roof. The kitchen's been redone in it, and the video's kind of long or kind of quick. But it's a cute home. The owner's in the process of putting the doors back on the closets. This is a king-size bed. Way too big furniture for that bedroom, but it does have a nice size. That's a walk-in shower in the bedroom, or in the bathroom there. And you have the 2 additional bedrooms over here. Again, he's working on getting the closet doors put back on. And this bathroom here does at least have the bathtub in it, which is nice. This home here is listed at $269,900. And one nice thing about it is it should have no problem, being able to be a cash deal, which is, easy, of course, financed as far as conventional FHA or a VA loan. I know a lot of times right now we've been working with a lot of VA and FHA buyers that sellers are just unwilling to accept those offers. I don't know why. Like, I feel like their appraisers do point out things. They don't want rotted wood, like the fence on the back of that. You might have seen the railings off. That's the seller's working on fixing that too. They have a couple large dogs. So this would go for that. And essentially, like, I don't think you should, if you're buying a house, not as a fixer-upper house, I don't think you should be buying a house that needs major repairs anyway. So this seller is willing to do those repairs and possibly even help out a little bit with closing costs. One interesting thing about them is they're actually also buyers. They're moving over here to DeLand to be closer to family. So we're already under contract for their house over here. So they are motivated to sell. I'm hoping they get that sold before the end of August. And then we're going to move on. Again, thanks for your patience, as I am the one running to the show tonight, which is unusual. Josh is on special assignment and should be back next month with us. And this next house here is a cute little townhouse that we have. I don't know if I can hide this stuff. I don't know if you guys are out there. It's that way. A cute little townhouse that we have in Sanford. It's really close to Seminole High School. It's close to the Sanford Airport. So maybe you're just looking for a vacation home or somewhere you can fly in and out of and have easy access to the Orlando area. It's been completely rehabbed, remodeled in the past 2 years, including the roof. It has a half bath downstairs and the laundry, and then upstairs are 2 large bedrooms. Nice living area down here. And the video here should take you up. This is the 2nd bedroom. Both bedrooms have a little balcony and terrace area, which is cute. The HOA here is only $75 a month. It just includes your lawn care and the maintenance on the parking lot there. This is the master bedroom. As you can see, the house is magical by the unicorn sheets. And this is the second bathroom upstairs there that does have the tub, because the master bathroom only had the shower. But yeah, this one is listed right now at $260,000. Again, it would have no issues with a VA loan, FHA loan, conventional cash. That seller is looking to sell as soon as possible. And then see if I can figure out how to do the next slide. All right, I think I got it. There we go. This house is the one that we're actually having our open house at on Sunday. I'm a little impartial to this area. This one's about 5 minutes down the road from my house out here in DeLeon Springs. DeLeon Springs, if you're not familiar, we're a little farm country town, known more for like ferneries and things like that. You have a lot of agricultural land that surround this home itself. This one's on just over ½ acre. It's a brand new house built 1 year ago. It's had one owner. They built it, and then work was like, by the way, we're moving you out of state. I'm sorry, you can't take your new house with you. So they just moved out a couple weeks ago. So they're anxious to sell. They've actually cut the price to $375,000, which I think is probably about 20 below what it's actually worth, given its new build, the quality in it and everything. I think I have one more slide with some more pictures on this one. There we go. This one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's got a flex room up front too, 1,700 and some change square feet. Like I said, built last year, just over ½ acre. It's got a nice backyard, a little bit out, and then it kind of slopes down a little bit and more flat back there. So if you're in the market for a new home, come out, check me out at the open house. We'll be having that tomorrow or Sunday. It's only Friday. It will be Sunday from 1 to 3 after church. And I did just get verification that I believe we are going to have the shaved ice there with us. I was trying to get one of the food trucks out, and the shaved ice, I think, just emailed me that they were going to be able to do that. So that'll be awesome. So free shaved ice, cool off for the day. If you're not local, then you could always spend the morning, go out to actual DeLeon Springs itself, the state park there, and maybe even get some pancakes from the Old Mill Pancake House, enjoy the springs in the morning, and then come check us out in the afternoon when the storms roll in, like they do always. If you do go out to the springs, though, I would recommend you getting there as soon as they open, because they do cap it once they get full, and usually on the weekends they fill up pretty quickly. And the springs are about a 5-minute drive from this house. If you're not familiar again with this area, it's a great area, just quiet area. There's nobody in front of this house, and then you have a couple neighbors on either side that they're established neighbors. They've been there for quite a little bit of time. Just over ½ acre. What else can I say? Oh, DeLeon Springs. If you're not familiar too, you have DeLeon's down here, and DeLeon Springs is the town just to the north of it. So we are about 10 minutes into like the Walmart, Publix, Lowe's for DeLeon, and then about another 5 minutes into Main Street DeLeon. So that's what most people are familiar with, because it's got all the cute like mom and pop shops, some nice restaurants and everything downtown. And then we are only about 30 minutes west of Ormond Beach and about 45 minutes of the beach itself. So you head straight east, and you can have your toes in the sand and in the water, soaking in the sun rays there. And then if you head out west, you get into Astor. It's about 15 minutes down the road. It's right there on the St. Johns River, so you can put the boat in and you can enjoy a day of boating. Fun fact, the St. Johns River actually flows south to north, goes out there in Jacksonville area. But yeah, so that's pretty much just kind of what we wanted to go over today, make it short and sweet. Next month, Josh will back and we'll do the next section on the financing and the different programs that we have out there. I know there's a lot of stuff available right now. The Hometown for Heroes had opened up to everybody, for the most part, if you're a Florida resident. So if you need some assistance with down payment, closing costs, stuff like that, talk to Josh, and he can see about getting you approved for that. But anyway, we are glad that you did join us tonight. And as always, please like, share, follow our pages. These are our Facebook pages on there. I think you can hold your phone up and take a picture. You can save it and scan it. If not, just search us by names. We come up. You can Google us. But yeah,